Who's been hoping for a beginning of the year inventory blowout over at Harbor Freight? We got it for you. Agent Deep Freight strikes again. We got the insider information. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to hold off on anymore. Here it is. We got 5 days of sales starting on the 27th through the end of the month. Here's the first day. First thing we got, 30% off Quinn pliers, Quinn wrenches, and Quinn screwdrivers. 25% off Bauer modular toolboxes. Wow, and 35% off Hercules corded grinders, polishers, and sanders. Now, here's what I'm going to say here. As far as the Quinn stuff, let's take a look. I got to say, the Quinn ratchets have got to be the go-to here. Combination, combo wrenches with ratcheting features here. These are no skip 12-piece 100 tooth. These are really good, solid quality wrenches. I'm really stunned to see these on this kind of sale. That's going to be a huge deal on these. Now, as far as the toolboxes, and that is to say, there's a lot of other stuff. I'm cherry picking the best of the best. It didn't say Quinn sets, because if it was Quinn sets, oh my gosh, can you imagine if it was Quinn socket sets, the master sets? That would be insane. But let's be happy with what we got. The modular toolboxes. Now, I've been kind of hard on the modular toolboxes in that I didn't think there was enough, variability. There's no drawer systems and stuff. I will say, the Harbor Freight did send this to me. I use this basket thing all the time. Well, I did until I gave it to my son. He uses it all the time. It's really great, just general purpose kind of thing. And then with the toolbox sets, it's decent. You know what? My issue was really based on the price point. I wanted a better deal. And oh my gosh, is this going to be a heck of a deal? If you're thinking about getting into the Bauer mod box system, or modular box, sorry, I don't want to get Klein all over me, then this is the time to do it. And pro tip, there's other box systems out there that are identical to this that you could mix and match. Say if you had a Menards in your area. I'm just saying, although you're not going to get the same kind of pricing. All right, anyway, let's keep going here. Then next up, we got to talk about the grinders. How about this? The Hercules 15 amp, 7-inch, 9-inch trigger grip angle grinder. This is a beast of a grinder, and it's $130 normally, and you're going to be able to smack down 35% off on that. That's huge, huge. Now let's keep going. Next one we got is on the 28th. We got Zurich Syntec OBD2 scanners. We got the Icon scanners on top of that. And then we got 40% off circular diamond cutoff saw blades. Now, I didn't get a brand specific on this. I mean, come on. He's operating, he's ducking lasers and, smoke screens and guards and stuff. There's only so much he can get. Or she. We don't know. We never will, because we protect our sources. If you want to be a source, go ahead and email me. I can say it, red@denoftools.com. That's red@denoftools, all one word, .com. We always protect our sources. That said, let's see what good deals we can get on scanners, both from Zurich, Syntec. I wouldn't say no on the Syntec, but the Zurich ones are decent. The Icon ones are pro level. And then, of course, we got the cutoff blades as well. So we got at Zurich, their top of the line Zurich reader here, $300. You're getting the OBD2 code reader here with 3.5-inch display, active test, fix assist, all of that coming in at $300. Now, if you want to step up to the Icon one, of course, this is before discount. If you want to step up to the Icon one, this is the top of the line Icon. Now, I've got the one that's a step down from this that they sent over, and I got to tell you, these things are top tier scanners, good enough for the pros. Good. I mean, now if you're not a pro, if you get a good cashier, they're not going to check your ID at the door. You'll probably get away with it. But if you are a pro, make sure you show them your pro ID. All right. Anyway, we're looking at $1,700, and we're going to knock 20% off of this. 35% on the Zurich, 20% on the Icon. Now let's talk about the blades, because with blades, we're talking about 40% off. Now the first one I'm going to show you is the Hercules 14-inch all-cut combo diamond blade. Now this is a hypothesis, since we don't know what, they could say Bauer stuff, or they could say Warrior. We don't know, but I'm thinking it's going to be all of them. So if you could do this blade, $130 at that discount is insane. Now another one, honestly, here's the thing is, are there limits? Because if there aren't limits, I want you to consider this. The Hercules saw blade. Now, for the average DIYer table saw kind of thing, well, this is the 12-inch here. They also make a 10-inch. But these blades are fantastic. I put them right up there with the Irwin Marples and with the Diablo blades. Basically, I would always just buy whichever one's on sale when I need it. I was, I can be happy with the Diablo, I'd be happy with the Irwin, and I'd be just as happy with the Hercules. And at, what was that, was a 40% discount? Check my notes, 40% discount. That's huge. Now let's go on to the next one, because the next one, let's see what we got here. How about 25% off compressors? Compressor, that's a huge deal. If you guys haven't been around Harbor Freight and seen the sales, 25% off all the compressors is huge. 35% off of hand trucks and 25% off all Icon storage. For those of you who've been waiting, I said it was probably going to happen pre-Christmas. It didn't happen. Here it is. If you've been waiting on your Icon storage, on again the big Icon cabinet, 25% off. It's here now. It's end of the month. So let's take a look at this, okay? So first of all, when we talk about the air compressors, I got to talk about the new one. That's the Fortress 30-gallon high-performance gas truck bed job site compressor. This is an absolute beast of a machine. $1,900 on that. 30 gallons, 175 max PSI, 24 SCFM at 96 dBA. It's a big one. It's a bad one, but that's not going to be for most people. Let's talk about some other options out there. How about this? Let's look at the McGraw 29-gallon belt fed. Okay, belt driven, not belt fed. You can see where my head's been going. Yes, SHOT Show is going on and I'm not there. So my head's a little in a different space. Anyway, $550 on this. And you're going to take, how much was that? Was it 25% off of that? That's a nice chunk of change to put back in your pocket to get one of the best DIYer level, prosumer, honestly. This is a prosumer value pro level kind of air compressor here. 29 gallons, 165 max PSI, 5.3 SCFM, 75 dBA. You can run almost any, typical mechanics hand tools off of that. That's a fantastic air compressor for any shop. Then we're going to take a step down. This is the one. Harbor Freight sent me this. I have it in my shop. 27 gallon, 200 PSI, high performance, oil free. Now I know people are like, oil free, I don't want to do it. I was the first one. Go back, you can see videos of me saying, I'll never have an oil free air compressor. Technology changes. Our beards get grayer and technology changes. And the fact is, if you're not running it every single day, all day long, the oil free compressors are great. No maintenance, easy to use. You just flip them on, drain the water, of course, and they just work. They just work, and they work for a good long time. And this is a great compressor here at $400. 25% off would be fantastic. And then also, I got to say something about the 2-gallon compressor. Harbor Freight sent this to me when, oh my gosh, years ago when it first came out, and I could not believe how quiet this thing was. Everyone who hears it just is like, is it on? Is it broken? What's going on? How is that doing it that quiet? 135 max PSI, 2-gallon, 2.1 SCFM at 60 dBA. That's less, I think, than like your average like conversation in a room kind of thing. At $190, it's a fantastic compressor. The build quality on this is top notch, and getting that for 25% off is just that would be the dream right now, living the dream as it were. Now, next up, we've got hand trucks. Okay, now these hand trucks, again, we're talking 30% off on the hand trucks. I got to say, the Franklin 4-in-1 convertible hand truck, 500 pound, 800 pound, 1,000 pound capacity, depending on the configuration you have it in. And as you can see here, let me bring it up here. You've got a lot of different, you got the basic hand truck, extended hand truck. We got the angled rack, and then we've got the flat dolly kind of thing. You can move a lot of stuff. Be smart, okay? Don't be stupid. I've been there, and I've almost hurt my back a couple times trying to, I'm a big guy. All right, I'm 6'2", at least I used to be. And sorry, my kids always rib me about it. They always say I'm like 5'9" or 5'10". They know better. Anyway, I always lift and move anything I wanted. But I got that twinge one time, and I'm like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to hurt myself. And I got a lot of friends who've had back surgery, and it almost never goes well. Sure, it's better than it was, but it's never as good as it was. So just remember that. And here it is, the Icon 73. This has got to be the gem of the entire sale, 25% off. Now, here's the deal. So I have the US General, and I used to have the Icon 56-inch, and I have the US General 72-inch or whatever it is. I love the US General. US General is great. For the price, it can't really be beat, but I still miss that Icon. I still miss it, and I got to tell you, man, look at this. You're looking at $3,000. Now you're going to take 25% off of that. All right. Now here's the play. Down here, right over there, it says you can get the Harbor Freight credit card. Now maybe you can, maybe you can't, okay? But if you can, first of all, I don't advise getting credit and then riding on that credit and paying the interest and all that. That's the trap, okay? But if you got the money, you're just gonna pay for it. Get the credit card, knock another 10% off with that credit card, and then get 5% on every other purchase after that, well, cash back. But anyway, that's gonna take this thing down to just barely over $2,000. It was $2,026. I don't remember the math on it. That is a whole lot of professional grade tool chest for $2K. And I'll say this, it has, you can get it in the red, the black, the blue, and the green. Unfortunately, they have not expanded the colors. I don't have any information if they're going to expand the colors. We can only hope. I wouldn't lose sleep over, hoping, or I wouldn't hold my breath over that happening. But that said, this has got to be one of the biggest pickups of this sale. A lot of people, they've been asking me all 2024, when's that 25% off sale coming for Icon? Well, here it is. All right, now on the 30th, 35% off titanium welders, 40% off welding helmets, 40% off power corded polishers. Let's get into this. So first off, we gotta look at the Titanium Unlimited 200 professional multi-process welder here. Now, titanium is that sweet spot, the Goldilocks zone between the old Central, was it Chicago Electric, and the new Vulcan welders. But I gotta tell you, I know pros who use these welders. All right, and the only difference really is runtime. How often do you have to let it rest? And all welders are rated on a runtime. You can run it for 10 minutes, then you have to rest it for 4 minutes or whatever. You have to look at the runtime on it, make sure it's going to match what your needs are going to be. But that said, this multi-process welder here, 200, it'll run on 120 or 240. So you have two kinds of input. If you really need good penetration, step up to that 240. You can do a lot of stuff with this. MIG, TIG, stick, all of it at $800. But wait, you're going to take that percentage off, which of course was 35%. That's huge. Now, the other option may be to step up with the TIG 200 AC/DC TIG welder. You want to do aluminum, you want to do all the fun stuff. This is the welder here. This is the big boy, the straight, high-end pro. Okay, maybe not the highest end pro, but at this price point, I mean, it's going to be $950. So at $950, let's do the math on this. We're looking at $950 times, 65 is going to guess at $617. $617. Oh my gosh. All right, and then next up, what we got to talk welding helmets. Now, I know a lot of people are going to sit here and go, I want to get the American flag welding helmet. It's cool and everything, 10.1 square inches. Great welding helmet. Great welding helmet. But I got to say, it's all about the size of the viewing glass there. 13.5 inch square, premium arc safe auto darkening helmet there. This is the one I would choose, $170 normally. That's a fantastic welding helmet. I've got the smaller version of this Harbor Freight sent over years ago, and I haven't found a reason to upgrade to any other helmet, but something like this, 13.5, I might do it. Then we got polishers. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3 polishers to look at. This is the basic one. I see this all the time when I go by any detail shop down in Vegas. And let me tell you, there's detail shops everywhere in Vegas. Vegas, everyone thinks of LA of having the car culture. Vegas is neck and neck because basically it's LA adjacent. And there is a car detail shop on every corner in Vegas. And they all have this. They all have this polisher. I kid you not. And then we can step up because we got the 7.5 amp, 6-inch long throw random orbit polisher here coming at $80. And then the big boy, the 12 amp, 7-inch variable speed rotary polisher sander. Boy, my tongue can get away from me, can't it? Anyway, $100 on that, $80 on that, and then $65 on that one. All three of these fantastic ones. All right, and then last but not least, on the 31st, it's 20% off any single item. Any item in the store, 20% off. And the best thing about this is that this is happening on the 31st. And that's important because the next day is my birthday. So you can get all your shopping done for me, super quick and easy right the day before. And that means you don't have to sit on and hold the backhoe that you're going to get me, right? Right? We're agreed. I'll act surprised, okay? I'll be like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't have. Wow, I didn't know, okay? I'll play it off really good, okay? So anyway, backhoe here, $3,000. for what, 20% off. Oh my gosh. And look at, they've updated the back coat. It's got the new paint job and the gray central machinery. That looks clean. I like that. It'll look good. You know what? It'll look good on my new Harbor Freight trailer there as soon as I get some decking for it. Finally, Home Depot has some in, so they're going to be dropping it off tomorrow. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get a video out this week on the trailer. Just been waiting. Nobody in town has decking, and I didn't want to drive over the pass in the winter conditions we have. So anyway, that's what we got for you. The January leaked sale. I hope this all pans out. I've only got one source on this. All right. So I'm just being entirely honest. Don't make all your plans based on this, but it's looking good so far. Although I can see Harbor Freight making some changes after they see this video. Hi guys. How you doing? Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.